What's up, guys? It's been a minute. So a lot has been done with the 86, as you can see. Well, engine bay has been painted, and I converted the ORC to fuel injected ITBs with EDIS ignition, so it all runs off a mega squirt. I'll be adding to this video some of the project build that I've done to get it like this. I didn't film everything because it would have taken too long. So I had it like that since last summer, actually. I didn't really drive it around too much. I was getting a vacuum leak because I had a weird my manifold that I had, had left some space for the intake, so it was getting messed up. So I said, you know what? I'm tired of having 30-year-old engine problems, as a matter of fact. So I got a new engine, which is beams. So I got 3HG beams from the depot. And yeah, the tranny's down there. So let me show you guys what I've done so far. Let me just take this off. So I took the cover off, and well, so I had replaced the timing belt on it. This itself, I believe, is, let me see if I can show you. So this is a Pitworks timing belt. It's actually a Nissan company that makes OEM timing belts for Nissan, but that's the part number for the timing belt for the beams, and they make one. So, yeah. So I was having some issues with this lining up, actually, with the timing marks lining up with the bottom here. So as you can see, it is on top dead center there, and timing marks do line up. I was having an issue where that would not line up with these two, right? And anytime I put the tensioner on, this was a little bit off. I left it overnight, but I guess the timing belt stretched into place, and now the whole motor's in time. I bought a new tensioner and new pulleys. I wish I can show you, but let me see if I have the box. So I went online and I got parts from Japan. That's the old tensioner. The lower pulley and idler pulley and the upper idler pulley I changed, right? So it's good to change them. They were only a couple bucks. I got them, I think they were Phoebes or something like that, so something along those lines. New pilot bearing, remain seal housing gasket, flywheel bolts, and where else? Cam seals, which I'm not gonna change. I think my cam seals are fine. And okay, yeah, these are the cam seals. And rear main seals I'm gonna change. So this here is it's an Eisen clutch. If you guys don't know, Eisen makes OEM parts for Toyota, just engine parts in general. So for example, Denso makes electronics for Toyota. So these are like Denso injectors, right? Well, can't show you. Put the timing belt on. But the water pump, right? It's an Eisen water pump. And it has the Eisen logo on it, along with a Toyota logo. So this is the Eisen clutch, whatever. So this clutch is actually from a 22R. Okay, I got this from an 89 pickup. And well, it fits. Okay, the pressure plate fits too. I'm not gonna take out the pressure plate. I tested it already, and it fits. The throw-up bearing. The only thing that's different is obviously, well, the pilot bearing, which I have a new one of. This is the tranny itself, the J160. So this is a shifter relocation. Fourth shifter relocation. And we have this. This is a flange for the exhaust manifold. So this slides on here, and I can weld new pipe to clearing rack. Because with this, the beams in an 86, the exhaust manifold comes right in front of the steering column. So with this on here, I could weld on new pipe that I can bend around, instead of cutting this whole flange off and having exhaust shop weld on new exhaust. At that point, you might as well pay for a new header. Doesn't make any sense. That's what's been done so far in the beams. I'm still waiting on my drive shaft from excessive manufacturing to go into the car. So until then, I'm just gonna wait. The car drives, but it's running super rich. I think one of the injectors are bad. I can't really do anything about that. So since one of the injectors is bad, it runs super rich. Like tons of black smoke just comes out of it. So at that point, it's like, well, fuck it. I can't take it anymore, so I'm just gonna get rid of this and put on the beams inside with the stock ECU. I had my wiring harness sent to wire gap. When that comes in, I'll have more on that. I look really orange. So since I live in the Northeast, there is a lot of salt, and I watched this car rust before my eyes. I'm gonna try to post up more vids. If you guys know, when you guys are working on like these cars, it's hard to like film and do work at the same time. Like yesterday, like no joke, this timing belt took me so long to do. It's ridiculous because it was not lining up, and I was taking hours, and I was just like, you know what, screw it, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it rock like that. If it doesn't run well, then I tried, right? It does line up now, so I'm just gonna wait for my harness to come in and go from there. So thanks guys for watching. Alright, welcome back. I know I haven't posted a video in a while. As you can see, the car's on jack stands. I removed the fuel tank, and now I'm putting it back on. I had to do some stuff with the fuel lines because I wasn't getting any fuel. I'll post up a video here. Showing the how it looked like, but basically I had to drop it down, remove the sender, and remove the float, and my straps were so rusted it actually broke clean off. One of them clean off, the other one whatever. So I just caught these new ones, fit into place. I put in a new GTS fuel sender with a Chemso fuel pump. Sorry for not recording, but yeah, gonna finish putting in the gas cap. Just you put in these 4 screws and that should be set. I'm gonna run 6AN braided line. Let me show you. Inside is a mess. I'm gonna be running 6AN braided lines as my new fuel line. 6AN, so it's a bigger diameter. And what I'm gonna be doing is side draft auto bodies for this car. That'll be coming in the future. So I'll get back to you guys when I finish installing everything. So I have an M14 times 1.5, which is a third of the GTS fuel sender, to a 6AN adapter, and pretty much I'm going to run this all the way across. Yeah, my lines are pretty shitty, but I'm going to be using the original feed line as my fuel return, and well, if it blows up, well, 4AN line, not a big deal. And then this is my fuel vent, my gas tank vent, which I'll just run to normal. But yeah, I'll run it across and show you guys later. What is up, YouTube? It's been about a couple of weeks before last time I recorded, right? So I ran the fuel lines, I zip tied them up, and I just finished wiring up the EDIS system. I tested it, I did get spark. I don't have any fuel, so I just sprayed some contact cleaner in the carburetor, and it fired up for like a second and it died. But let me show you what I've done. Don't mind the rat's nest of wiring. So I chose to put my EDS module, the shielded wire for the VR sensor. These are the power, the ground for the EDS, and also the terminals 1 and 2 for the coil pack, which I have mine down there. You guys can see it. But yeah, this is my fuse block with my 60 amp relay with a 60 amp breaker. So when it strips, I just have to reset it until it's in the fuse. So yeah, I wanted to test this up before I install my Megasquirt. I know that I have spark. Let me see if I can give you guys a test. So I just sprayed some contact cleaner in there. My AE86 is in a horrible mess right now, so please excuse the mess. My distributor is disconnected, and if I can get some. Well, it ran. I'm not looking for it to run beautifully because, well, I don't have any fuel. It starts up, which is great. And I know that my EDIS is working. See, my distributor is not connected. So for my Megasquirt, I'm going to run it through the passenger compartment, either through here or, yeah, pretty much there. That's the only way. So I'm going to run it through there and run all my wiring, my grounds, my engine block, everything I need. I pretty much have already. My new exhaust manifold, so pretty much I have to make a block off plate for this. Don't mind the bolts, those are not the bolts I was going to use. I was just using them to hold this in place to see if it fits, and it does. I have some exhaust strap I'm going to use, and for my wideband
I have this connector from LCE Performance. Well, they make this bracket here to go onto the stock 4AC manifold. I don't know. I don't know if you have to use the. It comes with studs, but I don't know if you have to weld it on and use that. But whatever. I just put the gasket that came in between, and I used 2 bolts. I believe these are M8 times 1.25. I just screwed it in, and it's in there tight, nice and tight. I'm just gonna have to heat wrap the exhaust. Put some copper coated RTV around here. I also have to make a blockout plate for the fuel pump. I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but soon. I probably just used the template off of my spearhead, cut one out. But yeah, I have spark, which is great. With this, with the EDIS, it locks the timing out at 10 degrees, so it's just good enough to start, or not anything special. So I know that it runs, which is the most important thing. So from there, we can continue to build.